football, and one of the highlights of the Olympics was indeed the women's football. Although Team GB were in the end knocked out in the quarterfinals by Canada, they had just beaten Brazil and played in front of record-breaking crowds. Yet London 2012, it seems, has done much to raise the profile of the women's game, and I'm delighted to say one Team GB member, not just one, but the top scorer of all time with 48 goals, Kelly Smith, is joining me on the sofa. Thanks very much indeed, Kelly, for coming in. I have to say I was honoured to be at that Brazil game, and it was wonderful to see beat Brazil, that amazing goal by Steph Houghton. So how much did the games do then for the game in terms of putting women's football on the world stage? Yeah, definitely. We got a tremendous amount of exposure. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to play in record crowds, and to get people coming out and supporting women's football was fantastic. Hopefully now we can build on the momentum of that and see more crowds at women's football. Indeed, but talking mainly about England and Scotland and Wales playing as individual again, because if you read the back of the Times this morning, it's suggested that there'll be no Team GB in men's or women's football at the next Olympics. Yeah, I mean, that's a shame, because you see the exposure that both of us got throughout this Olympic experience. It was an amazing opportunity. I'm praying that, 16 next Olympics, in Brazil, that there is a women's team, because I think that really needs to happen. For the experiences that I had, I want now the youth to experience that and definitely go. You can understand the concerns of the other home nations, because I think it was 16 out of the 18 squad were English, there were 2 Scots, and that's it, in terms of the women's game. Yeah, but, that's the coach's choice. She picks who she feels best to represent Great Britain. It's, as I said, Kim Little and Ifeoma with the AK from Scotland did wonders for the game now.
Because you say it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the women's game. It shouldn't be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, children, people who want to support great football should have this opportunity to see women's football more often, shouldn't they? Yeah, definitely. I mean, we play in the European Championships. I've played in 4 European Championships and 2 World Cups. So to add this now to my playing career, it's up there, an Olympic experience. And I've played in America for a number of years. And the Americans view that as the ultimate, so why can't we have a GB team? And presumably you would say to people, don't just go, see those tickets to women's football at the Olympics as a one-off. Watch the game, press people to cover this sport more widely, get more coverage of it. Well, that's what we need. We need, papers writing about us. We need to be on TV more. We play in the FA Women's Super League. We play every weekend, so come out and support us, not just international level, but club football too. We've got a big England game coming up in September at Walsall against Croatia. It's a must-win game for us to put us into European Championships next year in Sweden. So women's football, I feel, is on the rise, and it's great. It's great to see.
Kelly, in your autobiography, you're very candid about a lot of things. One of them is some of the things you've had to overcome over the years, and drink is one of those things, and you've been very honest about that. I just wanted to ask you about sexism in football, because I know when you were younger it was a real issue. That was getting into sort of boys' teams, you being a girl, and whether you were accepted or not. Has it gone away? I mean, now you're the most successful female footballer this country's ever had. I mean, are people still sexist towards you? Do you get it?
Yeah, I think you're still going to get that regardless. It's
How does
obviously
that manifest itself? Like what? In what situation?
Jealousy, I think. I don't know. From when I was younger, I was kicked off of 2 boys' teams for being a girl. They didn't want me playing. I think as the more I've got older, the more respect I've got from playing in tournaments, and certainly this experience in the Olympics has raised the profile of the women's game. And we were talking, you were just saying how good the standard of football is. In that Brazil game, it was second to none.
I have to say I saw 2 games, the men's game against South Korea, the women's against Brazil, and the standard of football, I'd say, from what I saw, was higher perhaps in terms of the skill level in the women's.
And I've had so many comments from guys like yourself saying, women really can play football. I didn't realise that it was at that level. So I think we've gained a lot more respect from the general public.
It's interesting.
And just going back to your personal story, because we've had a look at your book, Footballer, in which you've been, from the first page you are very honest and open about the struggles for you personally, even doing interviews and things. You're clearly, you've got the confidence now, but when you first started out, so much attention on you because of your talent and, breaking into this world, male-dominated world. Are you beyond that now? There's the struggles with alcohol, the ways that you treated yourself.
Yeah, that was, as I said, I was very honest in the book about my struggles with that, dealing with injuries, loneliness out in America, not having my family and friends close by.
You know, that was a struggle for me, especially the injuries. It was a very hard time, but I've moved on from that, and in my book I think it shows a lot of character and determination and the will to want to succeed and play for my country, and that means absolutely the world to me. You know, I've got 112 caps, and every one of them, it means so much.
Well, I know when you were a child, you used to get videos of Ryan Giggs and play them over and over and over again to pick up their skills, and hopefully there are girls out there who've got DVDs of Kelly Smith.
Thank you.
And they're playing them over and over again.
And we can
to
see
pick
on
up
Sunday,
your
can't we, in
skills.
action?
Yes, we were in action against Everton in the first game back after the Olympics.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck for the season. Kelly, thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you here this morning. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And Kelly's autobiography, Football and My Story, is out now. Shall we have a look at the weather?